When Emily packed her bags that night, she didn't cry. She didn't hesitate. She just zipped up her suitcase, slung it over her shoulder and said, "I just need to have fun again. I feel like I'm missing out." Those words didn't just hurt. They echoed. Fun. As if the life we'd built together, the quiet dinners, the weekend hikes, the little routines we'd created, had all been some dull cage holding her back from the kind of excitement she thought she deserved. We'd been together for 6 years. Married for 3. She used to tell me that I was her calm in a chaotic world, the reason she believed in stability. But stability, I've learned, can feel like suffocation to someone addicted to validation. It started subtly. A few new friends from her gym, longer nights out, new dresses that didn't quite fit our usual dinner dates. I didn't say much. I believed in giving space. But when the distance becomes a habit, space turns into a void. That night, when she left, she kissed me on the cheek like I was a relative she'd see on the holidays. "Don't wait up," she said, her voice almost playful. I didn't. At first, I thought she'd come back after a week, maybe 2. But weeks became months. She'd post photos online, bars, rooftops, pool parties, always surrounded by people who looked like they were running from something too. In every photo, her smile looked wider but emptier. I won't lie. The first few weeks were hard. I'd sit in the living room staring at her half of the closet, wondering if I'd done something wrong. Was I too boring? Too quiet? Not enough. But then something shifted. One evening I came home from work, made dinner for one, and realized it wasn't so bad. The house was peaceful. The air lighter. The silence not lonely, just calm. I started reading again. Joined a local cycling club. Met people who laughed without faking it for a camera. That's when I understood. Maybe she didn't leave because I wasn't enough. Maybe she left because she didn't know what enough even felt like. And as much as it hurt, I stopped waiting. 6 months later, I'd moved to a new place across town. Smaller, simpler, but mine. And then one evening, out of nowhere, my phone lit up with a message from an unfamiliar number. "Hey, it's me. Can we talk?" I stared at the message for a long moment before replying. "What's there to talk about?" I typed back. She didn't respond for nearly an hour. When she finally did, it was a voice note, her tone softer than I remembered. I made a mistake," she said. "I thought I needed excitement, but all I found was emptiness. I miss you. Can I come home?" Home. I whispered to myself. The word didn't feel right anymore. That apartment, that life, it wasn't home for either of us now. Still, curiosity got the better of me. We met the next day at a cafe near the river. She looked different. The glow that once came from genuine laughter was replaced with something artificial. Her eyes darted away when she spoke, as if afraid of what she might see reflected in mine. "I just needed time," she said, stirring her coffee endlessly. "I wanted to feel alive again. But all that fun, it wasn't what I thought it would be. It's exhausting pretending to be happy all the time." I nodded slowly. "And now," she said, taking a deep breath, "I'm ready to come back. I want stability again. I miss the way you made me feel safe." Her words hit me like déjà vu. That same voice that once promised forever now spoke of returning. Not because she loved me, but because the world outside had tired her out. She wasn't coming back out of love. She was coming back out of convenience. I took out my phone, opened my gallery, and showed her a photo, one I'd taken just 2 weeks earlier. It was me smiling with someone new. Her name was Claire. She'd started out as a friend from the cycling club, kind, warm, unpretentious. No games, no drama. Just peace. Emily's expression froze. The color drained from her face as she stared at the photo. "You're with someone?" "I didn't plan it," I said quietly. "But she values what I offer. She doesn't need to leave to know what she wants." Emily blinked rapidly, her hand trembling slightly. "So that's it? After everything?" I smiled faintly. "You said you needed fun. I gave you the freedom to find it. But when you left, I found something too peace. And I'm not giving that up." She sat there in silence, eyes glistening with tears she didn't let fall. When she finally spoke, her voice was barely above a whisper. "I thought you'd wait." "I did," I said, standing up. "Just not forever." Emily didn't move. She just sat there, staring at me as if trying to memorize the lines on my face, the set of my shoulders, the calm in my eyes. The same calm that had been missing for months, the calm she had taken for granted while chasing empty nights of excitement. I didn't realize, she whispered. I thought maybe you'd forgive me, that you'd just wait. I shook my head, not in anger but in quiet resolve. Waiting is different from living, Emily. I waited long enough for someone who wasn't ready to appreciate me. That ends today. Her lips quivered. So you're gone. I'm not gone, I said, sitting back down at the cafe table. I'm living. And if someone wants to be a part of that, they show up with respect and presence. Not after months of absence. Her eyes filled with tears now, and I could see the regret she had tried so hard to bury behind excuses of fun and freedom. I never thought it would hurt this much, she admitted. I didn't know leaving would make me see what I had. I nodded, feeling a strange mix of sadness and relief. Sadness for what we had lost, but relief for what I had gained. For the first time in months, I could breathe without waiting for a message, a call, or a sign of affection that might never come. I showed her one more photo, a casual snapshot of me and Claire on a bike trail, both of us laughing at something trivial. See this? I said. I didn't plan it. I didn't try to make you jealous. I just stopped waiting for someone who didn't know what they had, and I started living. This is my life now. Emily looked away, unable to meet my eyes. For the first time, the control had shifted. She couldn't manipulate my time, my feelings, or my peace. She could only watch. I understand, she said quietly. I hope you're happy. I am, I replied simply. And I meant it. A week later, she texted again. Can we meet? I didn't reply. And then she called. I let it ring. I knew what she wanted. Reassurance, a chance to reset everything. But some lessons are learned too late. Some doors once closed are never reopened. Emily came back expecting to reclaim something she had abandoned. Instead, she found a man who no longer waited, who no longer begged for love or attention, and who had found someone who saw him, respected him, and chose to be with him willingly. That day I realized something profound. Love isn't about chasing. It's about being found worthy. And some people, no matter how much history you share, never truly understand their value until it's gone. And as for me, I didn't wait. I lived. And that choice changed everything.